Hello and welcome back to Megan TT Hobbies. This is a video purely focused on 1970s football successes because there are quite a few that I have had come in these last couple weeks. Today is Sunday, November 17th, 2019. If you didn't check it out already, I did a prior video that talked about 1970s football team successes I have had recently. So let's go ahead and get started. Coming in about 3 weeks, 2 of 2 from John Zook, who played for the Falcons and then the Cardinals, the football Cardinals, that is. He started in 69 and went through at least 79 into the 80s. So, John Zook, signing 2 of 2. Next one that I'm super excited about, coming in, I think this is 2 of 1 from Joe Theismann. And I didn't realize I had already sent to him because I've been working on my next batch. But then he included, I don't think I sent this, that one from his Notre Dame days. But Joseph Theismann, Toronto, and then he's best known with the Washington Redskins. And then he always sends along this note about donating to St. Jude, which we do anyways. So that's something that I mentioned to him in my letter. I might send a couple other cards to him as well that I recently have, and then send a little donation with it. So that's the second one. Here is the third one. This took 4 or 5 weeks because this was in my first batch of 1970s that came out. Signing 4 of 4 on some customs. So these customs were focused on Super Bowl 13, but he was also part of Super Bowl 10, 13, and 14. John Banasek, I think. So turned out very nicely on the customs. He let them dry, and if you haven't seen any of my other videos where I show these customs, it's photo paper that then I laminate because I've found that the photo paper wears off otherwise. So nothing that's ever going to be worth any monetary value, but just a nice opportunity to get some autographs on something other than a 4x6, and I prefer collecting cards. And then I always send a copy of each of the cards to the player to keep as a thank you. Another one coming in from that first batch that was sent out the latter part of October. So signing 2 of 2. He was with the Colts in the 70s. I think it's just Tom Matt. But this one is interesting. He signed this one in Sharpie, but he put the Super Bowl 5 champ, which I think I asked him to. And then he signed this one in ink pen. I didn't realize I would have as much fun with this 1970s project as I have. If you don't know what's going on with this, Caleb, who is known in our YouTube autograph community, put together a challenge, and it's a battle of the decades. There is a Team 70s and a Team 90s, and I ended up on Team 70s, and I really thought that Team 90s was going to do really, really well, but Team 70s has actually been doing really well as well, and I think we're in the lead quite substantially. We send out to guys from who played in the 70s, and we get a point for each person that we get back. So this is 2 of 2 coming back from Mick Tinglehoff. That one smeared slightly, but that one looks nice. And he signed those from the Vikings. That again went out and was coming back in about 4 weeks. So I think we go until early February for this challenge. I'm sending out what might be my last batch because I have quite a few out there. But I've got a few more customs that I want to send out. Next one I actually just got in, and I'm just looking at what it includes. So let me see if I can show this without showing our information. So this is from Dan Sullivan, and he wrote a really cool note. But he signed, it says, "To Megan with personal regards, Dan Sullivan," on the Colts, the Baltimore Colts card, that is. So there is another point. I asked him basically for advice for our boys that are playing team sports now, and that's all that note covered. So like I said, these older football players are amazing. A lot of them are, veterans. A lot of them sign for free. There's a few of these that I sent out with a donation. This one is coming back in about 2 months. This is for my Purdue collection, as well as Team 1970s coming back from Tim Foley. I think Chase got him back. Obviously, the health is not in the greatest, but he signed my custom really well. That looks awesome. And then the Dolphins card. There's his signature, again, about 2 months, but this is again for Team 1970s. So especially when they have apparent health issues or just getting older, it's nice to have these guys still sign for us. He was born in 1948. Signing 2 of 2. All these addresses I have found on Star Tiger, and then Sports Collectors Forum. Both are paid services. I think there's a few that I had to find on my own. And the next one is coming in after a couple months from Dave or David LaFerry. And here is the one for Purdue. And then he played for the Saints in the 70s. And this is when I oops and I send the wrong photo his name gets attached to when I'm looking online. And then he also sent a nice note. So New Orleans from 77 through 86. Again, point for Team 70s. This is probably going to be about a 20-25 minute video, in all honesty. This next one, I think I sent him a little bit of a donation, coming in just over a week. Hall of Famer from 2010, Mr. Floyd Little. And he mainly played for Denver, at least early on. I forget if then he moved to a different team. So that is awesome. That's, I think, the 1971 card. Again, born 1942. Somebody that is, all these guys are up there in age. Let's look at this next one. Coming in from Bob Vogel, again from the Baltimore Colts. Coming in just over a week. And he wrote like a little note for me as well. And cool enough is that they also were foster parents, him and his wife. Next one, let's keep going. Coming in just over a week, Mr. Jim Hart from the St. Louis Cardinals. I think this is a 1969, so this won't technically count. I don't think I was able to find any of his 1970s cards, but I figured why not. So, in terms of points, we can skip over that one, but that is nicely signed by Jim Hart. And when I asked him advice for our boys, play hard, play fair, and have fun. So I guess I should have put that one in the other video that was non-1970s, but that's okay. Coming in about a week from Glenn Resler. And he put College Hall of Fame of 01. And he wrote, good luck to future pros. As we keep flying, if you want to look up any of these guys, I would encourage you to do so. Sorry, this is my second one that would not count towards 1970s, but this is none other than Hall of Famer Sonny Jurgensen on, I love these 1969 Topps cards. I love things where they do like random hot pink backgrounds, and he did put his Hall of Fame inscription on there. I think I sent him a small donation. So I guess that's two that don't count technically towards the 1970s. Unless I find more. Coming in from Steve Largent, Hall of Fame, 95, again with a small donation on a little bit more recent 1980s cards. So this is the 1979 cards. But then he put the Hall of Fame 95 on them. That took a week. But he's most obviously well known for his Seahawk days. So, another point. At the end, I'll have to count up how many points I racked in for Team 70s. This one I am excited about. Definitely sent a small donation. None other than Len Dawson, who played for my alma mater with Purdue and signed 2 of 2 for me. One of the best signers out there, especially as of recently. He's been signing a lot and pretty quick. Signed nicely on these Chiefs cards. So this is, I think this was in the 1970, and then this is these nice Legends cards. And it gives a little bit of info on the back. But I mean, he was born in 1935. So, another Team 70s point from Len Dawson. Again, if I didn't mention it, definitely a small donation was sent for him. Coming in around a month from Chris Hanburger. Hanburger sent a donation. And he signed 4, which I was shocked about. And I said, hey, feel free to keep any of these cards, or if you don't want to sign 4, don't feel like you owe it to me for any reason. But he signed them all very nicely in blue with the 2011 Hall of Fame inscriptions. I think this one might be my favorite. Thing I like about these Holo cards is you can just send them out. They don't need any prep work done. So, another point. We're getting down to the end, and then, like I said, I'll count up the points. So here's a third one that I forgot to mention that would not count towards Team 70s, but Fred Arbanus, again on the 69 for the Kansas City Chiefs. So all of these minus the 3 points. And then this last one is coming in. It took about a week or so, from Steve Baumgartner. So he played at Purdue early on, and then you can barely see, but he did sign this one for his time with the Saints in the 70s. But the cool part is he thanked us for sending the custom cards, and so he printed out, cut out, and paid for postage for this cool video, and he put Boiler Up Steve, and then it's got the years on when he played. So I will definitely be sending him a thank you. Again, he printed that out, sent it to us, saved me my self-addressed stamped envelope, and then paid his own postage and took it to the post office to send it back to us. That actually went out. That actually took a couple months to come back. I forgot this last one that only took about a week, with a small donation coming in from Jim Otto. I forget if this is for sure, if this is a 1970s card or not. So I'll leave that up to Caleb to decide if he wants to include this one, because I don't remember what year this Wonder Bread card is for. So thank you to Jim Otto, and he puts the 00 on there. So that is that, you know, minus a couple of those few 1969 ones. That is, let's see if I can do my math right. If we include the Jim Otto, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I did my math right, that is 15 points for Team 1970s, who keep killing it in this battle of the decades. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I will probably have more football coming in this week. I am actually going to try to get in more videos so I don't have to do these big, huge 20 and 30-minute videos. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.